Power on.
No one told you life was gonna be this way.
When it comes to one-year-old Mariah Cartavius, you are not.
Space, the final frontier. It's 5 years.
Second and goal. 319! Toss to White. He's in! Patriots win the Super Bowl! Brady has his 5th! What a comeback!
And we're here back on Now Trending on 24/7 Miami Radio. You can listen to us in quite a few ways. You can find us at 247miami.tv. You can find us on YouTube. You can also post questions, comments on Facebook.com/NowTrending247. And we're also at Twitter at NowTrending247. Did I get that right, Shavonne?
Yes.
Hooray! Happy Monday, everybody. Today is Monday, February 20th. It is President's Day today.
Woo.
Are we
Nice.
celebrating?
Yes.
Is the whole world out there celebrating
No.
our new president?
No.
Not
Just
quite celebrating.
how many days after he's been inaugurated?
Have we made it through the first 100 days yet?
No.
No, he's only through
I
30.
know.
He's not
It
been a
feels
month
like
there.
it.
No, and he's ready to retire. No.
Actually, I think it's a month today.
How's
Yeah.
it been?
Yeah,
Is it?
Yeah, February 20th.
yeah.
Oh, you're right.
Wow.
Okay,
Yep.
then.
Time flies when you're having fun.
Is that what we're having?
Yes. You know what, Drew? That was a great, you know what? Usually I like more upbeat music, but you just got me with that song. You surprised me with Madonna, and I love that song. You caught me in the feelings right before we got on.
Feelings, like, didn't this
It
feelings?
was like within seconds. We have what, 20 seconds. He plays the song, and he just bam caught me in the feelings out of nowhere.
He also played some really old news.
And then he went back. Yeah,
Oh, that was for
because
Chris. It's my boy
we're
Chris.
still here celebrating
I
Tom
haven't seen
Brady.
my boy Chris, so I gotta throw him that one. Chris.
Okay.
Are you still
That's
celebrating,
Big D.
Chris?
No.
Yeah,
It
he is.
happened.
Look at his
It
smile.
happened.
Does
It's
it doesn't
great.
seem like the
It's still
Super Bowl was a
awesome.
month ago?
Mhm.
It seems like it was a long, yeah.
However, not this past weekend, but last weekend, I was at this luncheon, right? And we're sitting at the table and we're looking at the menu, right? Jay and I, like I said, it was a whole luncheon, and we're looking at the menu, but it says like Super Bowl specials, right? So listen, so for a second, he's like, oh yeah, the Super Bowl's today. And I'm like, oh yeah. Then I'm sitting there and I'm like, like it felt like Groundhog's Day. Like we've been through this already. And I'm like, no, wait. It was like what, like the week before.
I don't
Wait.
think very many people would want to relive.
No, yeah, I agree. But it was just
There's
funny.
so many that would, though.
There are
It would,
some, yeah.
but it was just the menu totally, it blew us both off. It wasn't just like one, it was just both of us were
It's called recycling.
it was. Those feelings were just recycled for like a good 5 minutes. Like, oh, but then I'm thinking, nobody's celebrating today, nothing's going on. And then, like I said, it hit me like, oh no, we already had that.
That was
Mhm.
a while ago.
But doesn't it seem like it was so long ago? So again, a lot happening. Well, not even today. Today was a struggle, wasn't it? We are not a struggle, a challenge. Can we say that? In the news world today,
No.
Why?
it was a challenge.
Yeah,
okay.
we're looking at it right now.
So I mean, there's not many celebrations going on for the president today. However, didn't he have his own celebration this past weekend?
I'm gonna have my own party.
Yeah, he did.
Why not? I would do the same thing. No one's gonna have a party for me. I'm gonna throw my own party. So again, before we get started, I'm your host here of Now Trending, Joy Canizero, with my other lovely co-host. We've got the lovely Shavonne K.
Just Shavonne.
Just Shavonne. Okay.
Why you keep trying to change it?
I know I always mess with you with that. I just want to see if you'll catch it or not.
Shavonne Williams.
I just want to see. Yes. I just want to see if she'll say something to me like, hey, and she
Which
did.
is new last
I got
name.
my answer today.
Just Shavonne.
How are you today, Shavonne?
I'm fine. I'm here.
You are. Are you happy to be here?
I'm glad I made it. 'Cause I almost did not.
Were you strung up at the airport still?
Am I still working there?
Strung
No,
up
were
at
you
the
strung up
airport.
at the airport today? Like, were you there this morning and then
No.
coming from there?
The offices are closed there today, so I didn't have to be there.
Why? 'Cause
Why?
it's a
Why are
holiday?
they closed
'Cause
on
it's
Monday?
a holiday.
Oh, just because it's a holiday.
Just
Okay, well-
because.
Yes.
But
I
don't
mean,
people
they-
travel?
They're like administrative offices are closed.
Gotcha. So there's no need for the rest of the people to work.
There's no need for me to work.
Gotcha. Chris Metal, we have Chris Metal here. How are you doing today, Chris?
It's just Chris Metal.
Not Chris.
Oh,
Metal either.
doing great, Joy. Thank you.
You're welcome. Where can we find you other than here?
ChrisMetalRadio.com. Listen for the Chris Metal Radio show Saturday night, 7:00 p.m. Eastern.
You keep shuffling them bags, and I'm saying that on the air, which usually I don't. And I'm going to say it on the air because if I say it in the air, then maybe you'll stop shuffling bags, sir. Over there, Drew.
You don't
Welcome,
even-
Drew.
you know you're talking to him.
Sorry. I'm so sorry.
Drew, that's you
It's going to be one
shuffling.
of those days. Today's going to be one of these shows.
Last week I was
I
chewing gum.
know.
Yes.
I know. It's
Yes.
going to be horrible.
I heard Candy just a second ago, too. I'm monitoring on the.
What are you talking about?
Drew, you're back. We didn't have you last week.
Nope.
You sold us out for CBS. I can't believe it.
Yep.
When we're more important than, I mean, come on.
I
It's
sold
gonna
you for the
be, Drew.
man. Sold you out for the man.
You
Sorry.
did. You did.
Unbelievable.
So how's everything going over there?
Good. Actually, it's good. I'm having a really good time. It's a blast.
Isn't it? How does it feel like? Isn't it cool, like working with all the reporters that we know, or like these our local news
Yeah,
people?
everyone's been very nice over there. You know, you expect that, what are you doing here kind of thing, but nope.
So do you have any friends?
Yeah, I know everyone in my little group is my friend and friends, and also it helps to be, one of the tallest people in the.
You're
No,
everywhere
stop
you go.
clicking your pen.
I'm sorry.
He doesn't even take hints well.
I thought she's waving a fly over there. I'm like,
click, click, click.
I'm like this.
Today, the ladies'
Yeah.
ears
gonna be
are
one of those
today.
days.
Women's ears around here are very sensitive today.
I
Today
know,
is
always
just a notice.
sensitive, but
They are.
today I'm saying something.
An elderly man yesterday told me that women's ears are more sensitive. We are more
They are.
susceptible to sound. And then he said because we have to hear the babies cry.
That's probably true.
It's true. We have a trained ear for stuff
He
like
was
that.
trying to pick you up. That's what it was.
No, he was an 80-year-old man, and he's all in
Everyone
his-
needs loving.
Thanks, Drew.
You're welcome.
So for today's show, we have a lot going on in today's show. Since it's President's Day, of course, we're going to talk about President Trump, what he did over the weekend, how his relationships are going with others around the world.
Does anyone else feel like it's still kind of a joke to say President Trump?
Yes.
Like,
Yeah.
It's hard. I say the Don. It's like, okay.
I just call him 45. That's it.
a lot of people I've heard say that. 45.
45.
45.
Colt
say,
45.
say what you want.
Colt 45.
What are you?
Still
Okay,
there.
like if you all have your own name for him, because like I said, I call him the Don. He's Donald Trump. We've always called him the Don in our house.
But
I've
he's
called-
the president now.
I've
You
called
should
him
call
President Trump since he took office.
Right.
When he won, I was calling him President-elect Trump. But I would have done the same thing no matter who won. I would have done the same thing.
You're
Because
so
it's just-
perfect.
It's the title. No, there's got to be somebody on this panel that does it by the
President-elect
right time.
Trump.
Well, no,
I
I
agree.
call him President Trump. It just sounds like in my head kind of goes, huh? Haha.
Yeah, everybody thinks it's a big joke because with all that fake news out there, when you turn on all the news channels and you see him, you're like, is this real or not? I have no idea because you see him doing those, the reality shows and all that stuff he did in the 90s, and he got on the magazine covers.
Right. Just think this man has been in our lives. Like, I mean, since I was a little kid.
Yep, me too.
Since I was a little kid, even I was probably like about 10 or 12. My grandparents lived up in New Jersey. We'd go up there, go to Atlantic City. We'd go to the Trump Tower, the Taj Mahal, because I'll never forget the Taj Mahal. They even had these big elephants come down from the second floor and the stairs, and these women dressed as genies on the elephants, and I just remember all of that. But this man has been in our lives for most of our lives since we've been children.
one way or another.
My
Yes.
mom subscribed to People magazine when we were kids.
Right.
Oh, we were little. And every once in a while, when I was to get the mail, bring it upstairs, I remember one particular issue. I don't know what year it was. Had Donald Trump on the cover of it. He's holding $1 million in his arms like this. And it's just like straps of like 20s and 100s.
Right.
And there's a massive smile on his face. And I'm like, wow, that's $1 million. Like I've never seen all together like that. And I'm like, okay, he must have done something right, you know?
Mhm.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, that I think that's what makes him more likable for me is that, you know what, with his history, he's done something right.
Mhm.
Look at his lives. He's held it even through bankruptcies, even through him having to close down hotels, just even through his downfalls, he still always comes up on top at the end. And I think that's what it is that attracts me to him and gives me a bit of confidence of him being our president.
Mhm.
You know, for a man to take so many falls and to keep on going and to come up with new ideas. You know what? He's not one. Okay, he's a businessman, and my brain like constantly tries to function the same way, just business wise. So I think that's where my big respect comes. You know, and like where my trust is that he's going to be able to do something and change our country to move it forward in the right direction.
He's just approached it differently than the politicians have.
Right, absolutely.
Mhm.
And like I said, I call him the Don, but the Don is like, you know, a big mob boss. He's the Don. So he's still, you know, the man in charge.
He's sticking to all his promises. Like he's banging them out one by one or making every attempt to do
Mhm.
so.
He is. And it's
You
causing
know?
lots of controversy all over the world. So we're just discuss a little bit. Like I said, it's President's Day. So we're going to talk about him, our man. Why not? Everybody's always talking negative. Why not? Like I said, I'm not praising him here. However, for the past 3 weekends, President Trump, though, has flown on Air Force One to his private Florida club, where in addition to work, he has dined with family and friends, attended parties, and played plenty of golf. Not that long ago, Trump took issue with former President Barack Obama for doing much the same. In May, Trump wrote on Twitter that while our wonderful president was out playing golf all day, the TSA is falling apart just like our government. So on Sunday, Trump spent the morning at Trump International Golf Club, where the White House said he played a few holes of golf, but would not disclose with whom. The next day, a photo emerged on social media that showed Trump with professional golfer Rory McIlroy.
Nice.
McIlroy told golf website NoLayingUp.com that he played 18 holes with Trump.
Thing is, the reason why Trump's playing all this golf, it's not costing the taxpayers any money. When President Obama did it, it probably cost like $100,000 per round.
But are we so sure of that?
It does
I'm
cost
not,
money.
but I'm just saying I would bet almost anything that it hasn't cost taxpayers anything for Trump to play golf.
No, it would be the same because
He's still,
I don't
we're
think
still
so.
providing
it would be the same
services.
because he still has the protection. Which
We
costs
still need
money.
motorcade services.
But
That's
he would
still,
still need that even if he wasn't playing golf. So it's not an
Yeah.
additional cost.
but it's
Yeah,
not like
it's more
it's not
additional
like he's
cost.
doing though anything productive. But then again, who are we to say how's he to live his life? I guess that comes along with the lifestyle.
Well, he can't live
Let's-
the same lifestyle. He's trying to, but he can't.
Let's say
And you know what?
He
Now,
can't.
good point, Drew. I'm going to go back to that in a second. Go ahead, Chris.
let's say he does all his meetings in the morning with
Mhm.
all the world leaders and the Prime Minister of Japan, like the other day. He's got the afternoon free. He owns X amount of golf courses. He can just call up one of them and roll right over there. He doesn't
Right.
have to pay, and he doesn't have to make taxpayers pay.
Well, the taxpayers don't pay for golf if the president goes. He pays on his own. He gets it from his salary, and then he draws from that.
Where does that money come from again?
His salary.
And
From
where
what
does
he's
that
paid.
money come from? Again?
From his salary.
And
Where does his salary come from?
From his salary.
taxpayers.
But it doesn't cost taxpayers money. They're still paying the salary. It's the same thing.
Right.
It's just like every other governmental employee.
But
But
I'm
then-
saying, I was.
But then we still have to factor in his wife gets flown in. There's still a lot of things that get
Yeah.
to be consistently though every weekend. It's been the past 3 weekends. His home down here is known as the Winter White House. Is what it's been called in the media. And so again, do we watch for this? You know, do we watch for excessiveness? Does this, you know, because again, he was criticizing President Obama in tweets.
Well, he's gonna end up by the end of the year overspending more than what Obama did in 8 years on vacations. So
I don't think so.
What gives you?
because
What makes
remember
you
it
think that?
includes his other family as well. Right now, there's two sons who are in
Yeah, he's
Dubai.
got like extended families.
His
He's
sons
got
over in Dubai are hanging out there, and there's security over there for them.
Right.
So it's going to end up costing more money than the others.
But he shouldn't be like held I don't know. Against him that he has a larger family than Obama did.
No, but it's still
He got
cost-
stepchildren. No,
it
he
still
does. He have
costs the
stepchildren.
taxpayer.
Does he
They-
have?
How
No.
dare you procreate?
They are most likely flying on Trump's personal aircraft that he has, while President Trump uses Air Force One.
Well, this
Yes, but
information
they're-
I'm
but
sure is
they're covered-
available.
But they're
Originally
covered
said-
by security from the United States.
He originally
So
said
Secret
he'd rather
Service.
use his own plane than Air Force One to save $1 billion for the taxpayers by not using Air Force One. So he probably has
But he's
his
using Air
kids and
Force
his
One.
family using his personal aircraft.
True, absolutely. But then there's also
Yeah, but
controversy.
they still have security covering them from the Secret
Right.
Service.
Right, but
But-
it would be less of a cost. if
It's
he's
still a
using his-
cost.
Right, and there still is. But these are things that are going to
Just
end up
saying.
being monitored. Again, we're just in the beginning. Ooh, you two are getting hot.
No, we're not.
No,
Oh no, I seen that. Did you see the sign?
Yeah,
And
I'm
Chris
out
Metal
already.
said,
That's the way
just
we work.
saying.
Just saying, man.
Just
It's gonna
saying.
cost Obama more to shovel his family all around the country on the taxpayer dime.
How do you
but
figure?
Trump's family is going to use his own aircraft, not Air Force One.
Okay, but the
Obama
thing is,
family
you're
didn't have
also
That's where the
flying
difference is
Melania
gonna
in from
come
New
in.
York, right? But from New York, you're flying Melania in from New York.
Right.
You're flying him in from Washington D.C., which that's been another issue over this past week is them living in separate households. Again, there's funding over there, but again, is that coming out of his pay?
No.
Or is it do they get an allotted allowance, a living allowance on top of the pay, which then
Now you have the government
I'm sure he
being
owns it.
charged by him to have.
even that gets so complicated. I wish my
Yeah.
life was that complicated. Like where I live and the money that's being like it was that looked upon. Like
So he's charging his boss his employer to keep security in his house. So he's getting paid that way as well. So not only is he drawing a salary, which he says he's not going to take, but he's not getting paid
right.
because they have to have an office in New York for them
Absolutely.
and an office in West Palm Beach for them.
Right. Which I understand because that's another thing is the way, Melania raises her son, the way she's, taking into his needs into effect. But again, as Drew, you brought up before, do you see that he's having a challenge trying to change his lifestyle? He had a totally different lifestyle. And I think that the whole family is suffering from something of that, even with Melania. And again, I understand her point of view of being a good mom. However, you're in this new role. You are the first lady. I'm sure we could take this school and fly it over to DC, if we had to. But I think that they're struggling with this change of lifestyle.
Well, it is an adjustment, I'm sure.
A huge, but literally, he really can't be out every weekend playing golf or, it's of course it's going to be frowned upon. The media is going to pick up on it, and he's going to say, "Screw, I don't care what the media thinks." But honestly, how much attention is he really? It's not an easy job. Being president isn't an easy job, so it shouldn't be. We're okay. We finish work by 12 noon, so I can be out on the golf course by 1 o'clock tea time.
Hey,
We'll see. I mean, he's only been
We've
doing
got
this
some
for
issues
3
going.
weeks.
We've got issues going on in this country. And now think about it. We are saying, okay, it is okay. He sits back, relax. Really, he's not due for a vacation yet. Most companies,
He gets his-
most companies, you got 90 days or a year before you get, 5 days vacation time if you get that.
So he gets his work done before noon or by 1 o'clock in the afternoon, meeting with the people.
His job is never done.
Right. But
Mhm.
so was he supposed to work 20
No
hours a day?
excuses.
Yeah, he
24/7?
does.
Wait,
7?
Joy, you started this out by saying you weren't going to knock him, and you.
I'm not, but we
What are
really
you
need to see
calling?
how it's going. Like I said, I went on a job interview the other day, and this guy told me I told you he's very holistic, very into natural things. Therefore, he says no one should ever have to call in sick for work. That was it. Like no one ever. There's no reason ever to be sick.
No,
Otherwise,
that's a good stressful
it's
job.
your
That's great.
fault.
I don't know that I'd want to work.
So he's
with
already
someone like
stressed you
that.
out. He's already stressed you out. You haven't even got the job yet. He's already stressed you out. Wow.
It's
Let's
like,
blame him for that.
right.
I have here on my screen President Trump's first 100 days in office. I would gladly bang out all the progress that he's made,
Sure, but we still haven't
Yeah,
hit 100
which
days as of
entitles-
yet.
which
But-
entitles, well, he's done what, 31? 31 days?
I agree to that. But before we get to that, we're going to go ahead and take a quick break. We'll discuss that more once we get into news. Because we have a few more things to catch up on once we get back to news. Also, the most destructive weapon on the planet was sold over this weekend. Can you guess what it is? We're going to announce it later. You're not going to believe it. Sold for $240,000.
Oh, I know what it is.
Don't you say it. So
I know
make
it is.
sure you are listening to Now Trending right here in 24/7 Miami Radio. Again, you can find us at 247miami.tv. You can find us on Facebook. You can find us Facebook /NowTrending247. You can find us over on YouTube, and you can also find us on Twitter at NowTrending247. So make sure you stay tuned. We've got a lot more coming up, and we'll be right back.
Hey, it's the guys from the couch, and we're coming to you now live on Tuesday nights at 7 o'clock with your favorite segments like Simple Jack and W. Dubai Knows It All. Catch us every Tuesday night at 7 p.m. live on 247miami.tv. We talk about sports and other things. Like what? W eating chips. I can't put these chips down.
247miami.tv.
The couch.
Hello, everyone. This is Drew from Now Trending. And usually I'm driving the bus in the show, keeping it from riding off on the rails. Every Monday from 4 to 6 on 247miami.tv.
Oh, boys! I'm back!
Hey, what's up, guys? It's Roy from The Roy O Show. Just letting you know, guess what? The Roy O Show, it's back, baby. Every Wednesday from 7 to 9 p.m. It's going to be Prosper, O, and yours truly covering everything. Sports, TV, entertainment, comics, Walking Dead, you name it, we're talking about it. Join us this Wednesday from 7 to 9 p.m. only on 247miami.tv.
Hey, this is Joy.
Shavonne.
Mike.
And this is Drew.
What's the show called again? What's cooking?
Are you
My
kidding
goodness.
me? Always
Oh my
something to
gosh.
The
do.
first 12 times?
Sorry.
It's Now Trending. Make sure you catch a new episode every Monday from 4 to 6 on 247miami.tv.
Hey, it's Mike from Now Trending. Listen to Why I Hate the World and all that's in it. Oh yeah, and I also do sports, and I have an Ask Mike segment every Monday from
4 to 6
on 247miami.tv.
Oh, what a day! What a lovely day!
Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Wednesday, Friday, Sunday, Saturday.
Join me, Shavonne, every Sunday for the latest episode of Day by Day. From Alzheimer's Awareness Month to International Bacon Day, find out what's happening this week and how these observances got started.
Each day.
Because each day counts.
Day by day by day.
You're listening to 24/7 Miami Radio.
Hey, it's the guys from the couch, and we're coming to you now live on Tuesday nights at 7 o'clock with your favorite segments like Simple Jack and W. Dubai Knows It All. Catch us every Tuesday night at 7 p.m. live on 247miami.tv.
We talk about sports
And other things. Like what?
W eating chips.
I can't put these chips down.
247miami.tv.
The couch.
Hello, everyone. This is Drew from Now Trending. And usually I'm driving the bus in the show, keeping it from riding off on the rails. Every Monday from 4 to 6 on 247miami.tv.
Oh, boys! I'm back!
Hey, what's up, guys? It's Roy from The Roy O Show. Just letting you know, guess what? The Roy O Show, it's back, baby. Every Wednesday from 7 to 9 p.m. It's going to be Prosper, O, and yours truly covering everything. Sports, TV, entertainment, comics, Walking Dead, you name it, we're talking about it. Join us this Wednesday from 7 to 9 p.m. only on 247miami.tv.
Hey, this is Joy.
Shavonne.
Mike.
And this is Drew.
What's the show called again? What's cooking?
Are you
My
kidding me?
goodness.
Always
Oh my
something to
gosh.
The
do.
first 12 times?
Sorry.
It's Now Trending. Make sure you catch a new episode every Monday from 4 to 6 on 247miami.tv.
Hey, it's Mike from Now Trending. Listen to Why I Hate the World and all that's in it. Oh yeah, and I also do sports, and I have an Ask Mike segment every Monday from
4 to 6
on 247miami.tv.
Oh, what a day! What a lovely day!
Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Wednesday, Friday, Sunday, Saturday.
Join me, Shavonne, every Sunday for the latest episode of Day by Day. From Alzheimer's Awareness Month to International Bacon Day, find out what's happening this week and how these observances got started.
Each day.
Because each day counts.
Day by day by day.
Hiya, this is Harley Quinn, and you're on 24/7 Miami. Wee! Wahoo! Whoopee! Yay! Yay! Yay!
It's been 1 week since you looked at me. Cock your head to the side and said I'm angry. 5 days since you laughed at me, saying get back together, come back and see me. 3 days since the living room. I realized it's all my fault, but couldn't tell you. Yesterday you'd forgiven me, but it'll still be 2 days till I say I'm sorry.
And we're back here to Now Trending on 24/7 Miami Radio. Again, you can find us at 247miami.tv and on YouTube. So we've got more to come back to. So we were just discussing President Trump before we left. And so much more to go on. But first, Shavonne.
Yes.
Before we get on the trumping.
Trumping? a verb now? Or?
It's a verb.
Becoming one.
Verb. That's what's happening.
What's going on in news?
Well, besides Trump,
do you got any Trump news? We did. We were going to discuss. Yes.
I was just going to add.
It's President's Day, so this is our theme.
I was just going to add that yes, so he visited, of course, Palm Beach this weekend, and during his trip, as he was coming in, let me just read here. A Florida middle school student faces criminal charges after confessing to chucking a wooden block at President Trump's passing motorcade in Palm Beach. The unidentified child threw a piece of a 2x4 at the motorcade as it drove down the street Friday afternoon, heading towards Trump's Mar-a-Lago. This article spelled it wrong. Toward his estate, according to the Palm Beach County Sheriff's Office.
Did he hit the car?
No one was injured or hit. But I mean, this is serious. You know, you don't throw things at the president's motorcade.
You can't. I mean, no damage can be done. First of all, have you ever seen that thing? How it's built? Like.
Yeah, but I mean,
But you don't do that. That's just.
There's so many reasons not to do it. I mean, besides hitting a person who is just a bystander,
right?
You know, if you're aiming for the president, that's disrespectful. That's
And how old was the kid again?
They're not saying his exact age. He was middle school age, but he implicated
12,
around 12 or 13, probably.
Right, somewhere in there.
Just hijinks of a teen.
No, but I can only imagine what's going on in his household. You know, where he's had to have picked it up, the idea from somewhere.
Well, the thing is like the kid, he obviously didn't think you can't undo it. Even if you don't do any damage or you don't hit one of the motorcycle cops or a bystander,
right?
You can't undo the action.
No, you can't undo the action. But what makes you bring forth that action? There had to be to bring forth that much of like throwing, an object. Even at the president, you have to have some type of fire that was lit within.
I'm going to say he was like
inside of you,
following what the idiot protesters who were causing damage.
Casey Anthony. Let's talk about Casey Anthony out there protesting a couple of weeks ago.
Oh, really?
She was up in West Palm Beach, and the media caught Casey Anthony protesting against Trump. Not to cut you off, I just forward on the subject of protesting. And I thought it was. I can't stand her. First of all, I watched that whole trial from day one. So that's when I used to work at home, so I was able to watch that whole trial. However, when I see her, she lights that fire in me. She's just one person that I couldn't cross her on the road because more than likely, I'm a very calm person. Jeez, but. There are just some things that spark a certain fire, like a pet peeve, and just her face is one of those.
Makes you want to throw rocks at it, huh?
I would pick up a brick. You see, that's what I'm saying. I would pick up a brick in a second, and there would be nothing in me that would stop me from throwing a brick at her.
Well,
there you go.
See, so
that's not nice.
It's not. But poor Shavonne was on one of these one of my moments like that when we went on a fishing trip. Geez. And we get off the boat. Again, I'm not trying to sidetrack off here, but real fast, again, because I'm trying to find out where this kid gets his anger from to actually throw something at the president. It may not have even been
anger, though. But
why would you do that?
Teens do stupid stuff without thinking about it.
Like that, though.
Yeah.
But there was this guy who had a little pet baby alligator, and he kept it in this little box all day. And then he was like charging people to hold it. And I just went off on him. I just went off because he shouldn't have had the alligator like that. There was no food. I went off on him in the middle of Bayside. I told him I was going to cut him.
Need to have food all the time.
He was in this little box all day. He should be out in the Everglades. Not you. Always stick up for everybody, Drew. You always have the other side.
Let's move on.
That's
to
it.
Another Donald Trump story, which
bed or something.
Okay, guys, stop. This has not been widely in the news, but we all know another version or edition of the travel ban will be coming out soon. And a official who spoke on the condition of anonymity, not to me, but this is a report from the Chicago Tribune.
I still would have taken credit.
He says that the same, well, he may lose his job if he does. And the same 7 Muslim majority countries will still be targeted, which I'm not really surprised by. I don't think most people would be surprised by that, except that people probably don't want those 7 countries included in all. Anyhow, the new order will state that green card holders and dual citizens of the U.S. and any of those countries are exempt. The new draft also no longer directs authorities to single out and reject Syrian refugees when processing new visa applications. This is just some rough information before the final draft of the second draft comes out. And we should expect this in the next few days. So what do you think? Should we include these 7 countries? Expand it?
Travel ban on every country.
Well, you're gonna upset somebody if you do it like that. You know, there's no way.
Everyone.
There's no way to do this and please 100% of the population. I'm just sorry that there's not. You know what I mean?
We need to get things back in order. We need to go back to basics and get things in order. So I think for a short period of time, we do need to throw up walls. We do need to put travel bans in place.
Here's the thing, you know, if families get divided, I'm so sorry for that family. But if half of the family
it's not forever.
is here illegally or without going through the process, I'm sorry. What can I tell you? You know what I mean? But that's what I'm saying. You got to understand that this is why he's doing that, to keep the bad people out.
However, they do it in other countries. They don't just let everybody come into every other country.
Exactly.
Do you understand? I used to work. No, I used to work like in corporate travel. Let me tell you, when you go to a foreign country, you have to have a return ticket. Do you understand? Before they even let you into the country, you have to show that you are leaving. You have no plans on staying there. Okay. If you only have a one-way ticket, you need to show them proof that you have funds to make it back to the United States, to buy yourself a ticket. Because again, they do not want you staying there, you know, and that's coming right off the plane. You won't leave the airport, you know, so yes, we have to do like other countries. That's why other countries are more secure. That's why other countries don't have as many problems as we have. You know, it's time. These are things that we need to fix. We've been very lenient. We've let a lot of people. Yes, I believe in immigration and welcoming other people here, but you have to go through the system. My family had to do it. All of our families had to do it.
Okay, I think we're a little confused here. Are you talking about the travel ban, or are you talking about deportation for illegal immigrants?
I'm talking about the travel ban. I'm saying even on I know other countries aren't included. I'm just saying that, you know what, there should come a time where we need to look at other countries.
Okay. But
or we just need to become more strict. Not saying like a ban on other countries, but we do need to become more strict and more take the processing more seriously.
But a lot of people are forgetting.
But they do. When you're vetted to come over to the United States, it's not a one day, let me fill out application kind of process. Some people, it takes up to 2 years.
No, we're so nice. We're so nice. We give you a 6-month pass. We give you a 6-month pass, and we say here's 6 months for you to go ahead and, you know, to get residency, to get this and that. We give away these work visas. We let people come over here, and we give them a lot of time.
We don't give them work visas. Work visas have to be applied for by the business. So
that's
something that the business has to do.
But we still accept it.
There's still vetting done. It's not. I think most people are under the impression that you just get the paperwork and you walk right through. It's not that simple.
No, it's not. But we do give you time to get yourself straightened out. Usually you have that 6 months to go ahead and work on the process. But a lot of people, when they say, oh, as soon as they get that pass to come over here, they don't abide by that 6-month rule. That's it. They say, you know what, after the 6 months, I'm going under the table.
There's still a
process. And that's how people get lost here.
There's still a process before you get here.
Right. Okay. Yes. Before we get here. Right. But okay. Now after this 6 months, we don't end up going and searching for these people. So now we end up having illegal immigrants over here not following. I understand when people, but again, we do give them time. We're more than nice.
Because most people,
because they
And
hand
if you
out-
don't do your business within 6 months, yes, you have to go and reapply, or you have to go back to your country, reapply to come back. Hey, that's the rules, but we still make it kind of nice.
And I've known people that did the whole process that they're supposed to, and still was sent home. So I understand, and I don't say home as in they wanted to go home, they wanted to stay, but there is a process in place already as far as people coming in and going back. I think most people are concerned about this because of the word fear. It's really not that as fearful as people think it is. Not that bad. It truly is not bad.
No, it just takes a lot of hard work. It takes some
There's
work.
restrictions and there's rules that you do have to follow. And then yes, some people are missing. Yes.
But that's what, being
Because they
American,
don't
we
wanna-
work hard.
Check
We're
those
supposed to work.
sanctuary cities, you'll
But
find
that's
them.
another thing. We're
No,
supposed,
no,
as
no, no.
Americans, we're
Sanctuary cities
supposed to
are
work
totally
hard and
different
be
systems.
grateful for what we have.
Sanctuary
Again,
cities are totally different.
We were born here with that mantra. Our parents, or most of our parents, told us those things. You're not going to get it handed to you for free. You have to go out and work for it.
Haven't we been told it all our
we
lives?
understand that. But other people who come from other places in this day and age, they don't give a rip about what we were raised on. They're going to
Or our
do what
system,
they want.
or
That's not
following
true.
the
They
process.
come here because they want that dream.
They go right on.
They come here because they know if they
Right,
work
but
hard,
they
they get
think,
the job.
no, but they think that
it's
there's
a
an easy way
welfare
out.
nation.
No, they think it's an easy
don't.
way out. And that's the issue. That you know what? Again, they come over here, they get the 6 months to
It's
do
not
it.
it's not an
Within
easy
that
way
6
out.
months, yes, within that six, they're already here.
Within the 6
You're
months, they're already
here.
pregnant.
You're already here, and
You know,
in
they're
6
already
months,
collecting benefits.
they've come over, yes, with a plan. In
They're all
order,
pregnant.
There's
They're all
no
pregnant.
plans of going back. They have, a lot of them have no plans of going
Zero.
back. Like you said, they're coming here for a dream, but they're not willing to come here and put. I'm not saying all of them. We're not going to get this confused with
Yeah, let's
all
not do
illegal
gross
immigrants.
generalizations.
Nothing like that. We're seeing a large majority, and that's why we have such a big issue. You know what? It's not. It's something to be spoken about because it is the issue.
It's going to impact
It's
us one way
not
or
that
another.
it's not an issue that we're having. We do have a problem when it comes to illegal immigration, the way it's been handled, and lots of the repercussions that have had happened because of it.
Okay, let's clarify things because I think a lot of things are generally.
I believe you're hiding a
set
whole bunch of immigrants in your house and charging them literal money for groceries.
Yeah, I got two of them in there that are sucking me dry. But
What are you hiding, Drew?
a 12-year-old and a 6-year-old. But
future.
It's hard to say that they absorb money because most of the things that are welfare and so forth. Hold on.
I am.
Most things are welfare and so forth. You have to prove your citizenship to get those things.
No, you don't.
Yeah, you do.
No, they allow you. I want you to go. I want you to
I
go.
know. I filled the paperwork out.
Signed up
You
immediately.
still need
I
to prove
reviewed the
things.
paperwork within the past week, okay, of a food stamp application, temporary assistance, okay? I was even surprised by some of the questions as far as being an illegal alien. Yes, they will still, you just have to be honest and put it on there. And I was just like, are you kidding me?
If the reason why you also have that is if you are caught, that's the reason to kick you out because you lied on the federal form. But
They're not kicking them out.
they
don't
will.
check.
They do.
See what I love about Drew.
They do
What I
check.
love about
I'm
you is
telling
you
you.
know how the system's supposed to work. You know
And
exactly how the
I've
system's
known
supposed
that
to
it
work.
does work
However, it
because I've
doesn't work
seen
that
people
way.
put up in vans and taken away and never come back. So I know it does work. You can't tell me it doesn't work. Maybe it's not efficient 100%, but then whenever you're dealing with people, nothing's 100%. But yeah, there's some things that don't work. I'm quite sure things that don't work that people are missing. But in the end of the day, the system as a whole, it works. It does because people are deported.
I always have.
Being abused.
People are deported.
Okay, do you feel that it's being abused?
That abuse also comes from Americans that are abusing that.
I'm not saying
Let's talk about
innocent.
the illegal immigration though, as far as do you feel that the process itself is being abused? The process of becoming illegal.
How do you become illegal?
Becoming legal.
Huh? I'm sorry. I misunderstand what you're saying.
You overstay your
Yes,
welcome.
you overstay your welcome here.
Or you come across the border illegally, such as
Okay,
like the
so-
Mexicans coming across the border
Okay,
without
so
going
your
through border
question
control.
is, tell me your question again.
Do they take advantage of it?
Do you feel that when it comes to as far as again, once their welcome is over, way overdone?
Let's say this way: once the
Okay.
visa expires,
Yes.
okay.
Do you think there's more people that go through the correct process than don't go through the correct process?
I think there's more people that go through the correct process.
We're gonna get these numbers next week.
I'm telling
We're
you.
gonna duke this out.
I'm telling you because I'm telling you, and I'll tell you why. Because I'm telling you, I've seen it. So people do go through the process. Now, it is an opinion.
I am. Go ahead. Chris
That some
Metal is
people
about to
have-
jump out of a seat. Hold on. Let
Some
Drew
people
finish.
have that they're not going through the process. Please don't misunderstand what I'm saying. I am saying yes, there are people that
Are these alternative facts?
yeah that do go through and don't they run they take off and
What are
run.
we on?
Oh, how are you? But there are people that there's more not that do than don't.
I got to jump in because I'm like something from way back. How do you determine the success of this program? By how many people are on it, or how many people get on it and then get off it when they get to where they're supposed
The
to be?
same way that you prove that it doesn't work.
Because it's becoming a welfare state. More and more people are coming on it and staying on it and sitting at home. The
But
purpose
then that's
of
the
it,
problem of the program. Then you eliminate it.
the purpose of it is simple. It's an assistance program to get you on your feet, to get you
Right.
employed to
Right.
where you're paying taxes and making a paycheck.
Right.
But other people are just taking advantage of this and just staying at home. The more children you have, the more money you get.
Yes, and that's Americans.
Why
not
would
just
that
illegal
incentivize
Americans.
anybody to work ever again?
Because
I saw a
then you
meme.
don't-
Okay, we were
then you
talking
don't-
about memes a little while ago. I saw a meme on Facebook of this little baby. Okay, it was a joke, but it's like, why am I going to grow up and get a job to pay taxes where I can stay home and the government can pay me?
Because the government eventually turns that
But
program
people
off.
are misinterpreting this program. It's an assistance program, not like
Right. It's not a
they're not
living.
supposed
Yeah.
to be reliant on it.
It's not a lifestyle. It's not a lifestyle.
Becoming one.
Right. Absolutely. I think it's been one for a long time.
Why is these welfare cards should not be able to be used at casinos or to buy fast food?
Are you kidding me? They're able to use at the casino.
You can withdraw a certain amount of cash from it
ATM,
and
yeah.
use it as you wish.
Oh.
Yeah.
And originally, before these cards and all this technology, you had food.
It's true. You
stamps.
can go to any debit into it's an ATM card and right.
But if the program turns it off when you're supposed to turn it off, then, you
Then,
don't have
I
it.
want one. Then I want one of those.
I'm telling you.
I wanted one too, but they wouldn't give me one. So
Because you see people going to 7-Eleven using it to buy the pizzas and going here to buy it and to cash out to go buy alcohol.
I scrape
and
up
gamble.
change for
But
those
if-
pizzas.
But if that's what the program lets you do, why are you upset?
That doesn't measure the success of the program. That creates a problem. Because
Then turn off the program. I'm
and then
serious.
what? Then there's going to be a mad protest that we're shutting all these people
Well,
out.
it's
Oh, they're
6 to 1
shutting my
hand.
benefits off.
It's 6 to 1 and a half dozen in the other.
There you go. We have Drew here today.
It's
I
just
love
being-
this because
it's the
Drew
system-
sparks up this
that
fire.
part of the
talking about
system being
anything else.
abused.
I'm with you. Listen,
Oh,
I'm
yeah, yeah.
fine.
I'm not trying to
Then
prove you wrong or
turn, then
anything.
turn it off. But I
It
don't
should
think it's
only be a certain matter, like a matter of time.
yeah. You got a whole state of
Like,
Mississippi that
and they should really,
So,
they really
cut
should drug test these people before they get any sort of benefits from taxpayers.
I don't know.
Oh, okay,
about
this
that.
is all-
don't go.
Yeah,
there.
we're going off
Seriously.
topic.
Way off of
And
the-
go ahead, Siobhan. Do you have anything
Well,
else for
I
I
us?
think you're
I
drug
have-
testing to go to Target in the day.
True,
That was yes.
true.
I'm sorry.
I'm trying to move on here.
Yeah,
Okay,
move
go
on.
ahead. Yeah.
So we're getting way off topic from the 7 countries
I'm
on the
living it today.
travel ban, and I think next time we discuss this, we need to have some statistics. So let's do a little.
I agree because we went from seven
to
countries to Target.
I went to one of those fake news websites.
Okay,
Get on my-
moving on.
I'll call
to
my friend Kelly Ann.
hopefully
She'll tell me the truth. Oh, yes,
Something that's a little less, less inciting here. Over the weekend, this past Sunday, yesterday, the SpaceX Falcon 9 was launched from Kennedy Space Center at Cape Canaveral on its second attempt. The first attempt failed because of a 1% chance that the fuel ignition was not working right. So they didn't want to roll the dice on that. However, it did launch successfully yesterday as the first commercial non-NASA spacecraft from the Kennedy Space Center, going to meet the International Space Station with supplies. It is scheduled to arrive at the space station on Wednesday, at which time the astronauts will use the space station's robotic arm to reel in the Dragon, which is what they were calling the rocket that is headed there. The purpose of the cargo, besides being supplies for them to live up there, it includes research materials that will include a crystal growth experiment that will crystallize a monoclonal antibody that is undergoing clinical trials for treating immunological diseases. Can anyone memorize all that?
Great.
Got it.
No, but it's good because these are such diseases that include rheumatoid arthritis and multiple sclerosis. And they're working on looking at cures and treatments that can't be created here on Earth because of Earth's gravity. So interesting science stuff. We'll see how that all turns out. And NASA is looking to partner with this SpaceX company in coming years to send more astronauts to space. And this SpaceX company has their eyes set on Mars. You think we'll make it to Mars before?
I was just going to say that. Yeah, you have quite a few companies now investing already in these trips to Mars. They're already. I mean, you can already buy a trip to Mars right now.
I don't know that I'd want to be one of the first people.
I was just going to say,
why not?
Is that
I don't know.
now this is good because we're a group here, and would you be interested in a trip to Mars if you could afford it? Would you be interested in a trip to Mars, Shavonne?
I don't know. I really don't know.
It's said that they're most likely.
We only live once in a lifetime.
I know, but that might be the end of my life right there.
On a rocket ship to Mars.
They say this will most likely be a one-way trip because when we do decide to go there, it's going to be to colonize.
Right.
So this won't be a return trip.
Yeah, you do have people that's how they're starting it, is going to have people over there to
So
start.
I don't think in our
living.
lifetime it's going to be like travel back and forth.
True.
No.
Now, okay, but it has. We've already started out with people doing contests, for these companies, and these companies are sponsoring them to actually go to Mars, to live. Is that something you can do? Could you do that, Shavonne? Like mentally, let's mentally think. Could you leave everything behind for the rest of your life? Say goodbye to us forever. There's no contact.
Well, it's been hard enough for me to
go from California to Florida, right?
Well, California to New York for one, and then New York to Florida. I mean, that's the same country, and that was hard enough. So I don't think I could leave the
Chris is ready to jet out of here. Chris is ready to get on a rocket ship and jet out of here. Go ahead, Chris.
You just mentioned when you were phrasing the question for Shavonne, you said you would leave everything behind you and go to Mars. What exactly are we taking with us? That's the key. I mean, everybody's obviously bringing a laptop, bringing a thing of music.
Do you think there's Wi-Fi?
I think that might be on the ship. Hello.
You think they might have a Best Buy over there?
They're gonna forget to put the Wi-Fi in the. It's a long ride,
I lost my HDMI cord.
Well, they have a Best Buy.
They're gonna have one.
No, they gotta have a Best Buy over there.
Not until they colonize it.
I left my phone charger back on Earth.
Oh well.
They're gonna have one of those wireless ones on the ship. That's all I
somebody
gotta
get
say.
SpaceX on the phone. I need a
new
charger.
Over here.
There's an app for that. I'm telling you.
You're gonna be some little pod you live in.
And the next crew 20 years from now is gonna bring it. By then it's gonna be obsolete.
Yeah,
I mean, but could you imagine being like one of the first people on a planet and starting life on a planet?
I watch enough science fiction to envision that can happen.
I mean,
you know what I mean?
Won't be famous until hundreds and thousands of years later.
That's great.
Maybe.
That's what you want.
I mean,
well, you'd be famous just for being one of the first people to go.
Would they think of you as God? Would they think
No.
would you be like Adam and Eve? You were just here.
No, you'd be like Columbus.
I think it would be more of a
brand new planet.
but I think it's not so much biblical as it is historic and scientific.
But you started life. You start life there.
I think it would be more like George Washington. You just be a founding father. Founding father of
We're
Mars.
Voyagers.
Would you take it to your head? Like, I'm one of the first.
Absolutely.
Like egotistical. Like I started.
There's
this
always going to be
planet.
one. There will always be one.
Right.
The only one.
Like on Lost in Space, Dr. Smith. He thought he was
There
better than
could be
everybody
only
else.
one.
And I think he was too.
Well, he was a spy. That's why.
Exactly. But he one of them's going to have that attitude. Let's say there's 20 people on the first crew that lands. There's going to be one guy that's conspiring against everybody.
You think like he's going to start a cult? You're going to have a David Koresh
won't
cult.
come with me.
And then
Don't listen to them. Now we're here.
It's the Bachelor on Mars.
Oh man, can you imagine that?
Oh Lord.
I give you one asteroid.
Bachelor Nick here.
What do they do? They won't have roses. What are they going to have?
They'll have asteroids instead of roses.
Rock.
Yeah, there's some sand.
It's a Mars rock.
There's some Mars rocks.
And when you leave, they put you in a ship and fly you off.
I couldn't even fly them off anywhere. See, they'd have to go to another part of Mars.
But this is definitely the future and the way of thinking as far as travel and exploration goes.
Right, but that's what I'm saying. Here's the messed up thing. We're sitting here talking and we're laughing about this. And in my head, like I just have these cartoon images floating all around of Mars and people and doo-doo-doo. When this is it's a reality. We're actually sitting here where, people, in the 40s and the 30s and the 20s weren't sitting there having this discussion.
No, they were talking about going to the moon, though.
Right. Yeah. I mean, they were talking about going to the moon, but they were just trying to think of how to make the best cough syrups and crap back then, and like they had opioids and, they were just interested in making medicine.
Well, worked on the opioids.
Okay. So Shavonne, you have anything else for us before we cut off to break?
Nope, that's that.
Oh, sweet.
So I don't want to hear any more arguing.
I think this is great.
I think it's healthy discussion.
Drew stays so calm. This one's about to come out of his seat.
No.
I'm actually holding it. Like me, I'm just sitting here like. So, I mean, I'm enjoying today's conversation. What are we going to say, Chris?
I'm giving everybody time to finish their sentence before I jump in because I got my hand up. I'm ready to say something.
Listen, but your face says it all. Your face turns as red as the letters on your shirt.
I'm ready to go.
Just like
I'm
has to
say
go.
something.
He's ready to go.
When we come back, we're going to have sports. We're going to have the mayor. We got Platinum Pro Wrestling results. Lewis here. We just survived Valentine Vengeance. I'm going to get a shirt made that say I survived Valentine Vengeance. Also, when we come back, can you guess the most destructive weapon of all time that was sold for $240,000?
I know.
When we come back to Now Trending right here on 24/7 Miami Radio.
You're listening to 24/7 Miami Radio.
Hey, it's the guys from the couch, and we're coming to you now live on Tuesday nights at 7 o'clock with your favorite segments like Simple Jack and W. Dubai Knows It All. Catch us every Tuesday night at 7 p.m. live on 247miami.tv. We talk about sports and other things. Like what? W eating chips. I can't put these chips down.
247miami.tv.
The couch.
Hello, everyone. This is Drew from Now Trending. And usually I'm driving the bus in the show, keeping it from riding off on the rails. Every Monday from 4 to 6 on 247miami.tv.
Oh, boys! I'm back!
Hey, what's up, guys? It's Roy from The Roy O Show. Just letting you know, guess what? The Roy O Show, it's back, baby. Every Wednesday from 7 to 9 p.m. It's going to be Prosper, O, and yours truly covering everything. Sports, TV, entertainment, comics, Walking Dead, you name it, we're talking about it. Join us this Wednesday from 7 to 9 p.m. only on 247miami.tv.
Hey, this is Joy.
Shavonne.
Mike,
And this is Drew.
what's the show called again? What's cooking?
Are you
Mike,
kidding
where
me?
have you been?
Always
Oh my
something
God.
to
The
do.
first 12 times?
Sorry.
It's Now Trending. Make sure you catch a new episode every Monday from 4 to 6 on 247miami.tv.
Hey, it's Mike from Now Trending. Listen to why I hate the world and all that's in it. Oh yeah, and I also do sports, and I have an Ask Mike segment every Monday from
4 to 6.
on 247miami.tv.
Oh, what a day! What a lovely day!
Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Wednesday, Friday, Sunday, Saturday.
Join me, Shavonne, every Sunday for the latest episode of Day by Day. From Alzheimer's Awareness Month to International Bacon Day, find out what's happening this week and how these observances got started.
Each day.
Because each day counts.
Day by day. By day.
You're listening to 24/7 Miami Radio.
Hey, it's the guys from the couch, and we're coming to you now live on Tuesday nights at 7 o'clock with your favorite segments like Simple Jack and W. Dubai Knows It All. Catch us every Tuesday night at 7 p.m. live on 247miami.tv. We talk about sports and other things. Like what? W eating chips. I can't put these chips down.
247miami.tv.
The couch.
Hello, everyone. This is Drew from Now Trending. And usually I'm driving the bus in the show, keeping it from riding off on the rails. Every Monday from 4 to 6 on 247miami.tv.
Oh, boys! I'm back!
Hey, what's up, guys? It's Roy from the Roy O Show. Just letting you know, guess what? The Roy O Show, it's back, baby. Every Wednesday from 7 to 9 p.m. It's going to be Prosper, O, and yours truly covering everything. Sports, TV, entertainment, comics, Walking Dead, you name it, we're talking about it. Join us this Wednesday from 7 to 9 p.m. only on 247miami.tv.
Hey, this is Joy.
Shavonne.
Mike,
And this is true.
what's the show called again? What's cooking?
Are you
Mike,
kidding
where
me?
have you been?
Always
Oh my
something
God.
to
The
do.
first 12 times?
Sorry.
It's now trending. Make sure you catch a new episode every Monday from 4 to 6 on 247miami.tv.
Hey, it's Mike from Now Trending. Listen to why I hate the world and all that's in it. Oh yeah, and I also do sports, and I have an Ask Mike segment every Monday from
4 to 6.
on 247miami.tv.
Oh, what a day! What a lovely day!
Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Wednesday, Friday, Sunday, Saturday.
Join me, Shavonne, every Sunday for the latest episode of Day by Day. From Alzheimer's Awareness Month to International Bacon Day, find out what's happening this week and how these observances got started.
Each day.
Because each day counts.
Day by day. By day.
Hiya, this is Harley Quinn, and you're on 24/7 Miami. Wee! Wahoo! Whoopee! Yay! Yay! Yay!
Yo, let's switch this up. Boys the man. Boys the man. Boys the man. Boys the man.
Welcome back to Now Trending here on 24/7 Miami Radio. Yes.
Oh, nice. I haven't changed the music yet.
Here we go, 24/7. We are here back on 24/7 Miami Radio. No, I haven't. I'm like those people who don't take down their Christmas lights. My Christmas theme on my phone is still,
Look at me. Look at me. Is your Christmas tree still up?
No, it's not.
We don't know that.
You
I
didn't
don't have
look at me.
lights.
You didn't look at me. You didn't look at
Oh
me.
no, I don't have lights or a Christmas tree up though. Right now, I really don't. I just have Christmas music on my phone. Yes, it's on the phone. We're back here on Now Trending. We're getting ready to talk some sports. We have the mayor on the phone. I hope that's the mayor, not just a bill collector I answered to. When Chris
You know you
starts,
can block those numbers, right?
Chris starts.
It's not his number.
No, I know that, but he usually calls from a different Pennsylvania
mayor.
number.
You can block that number. You know.
See, I
Oh
told
my
you
God.
it's not
Okay,
a bill
great.
collector. Hey,
No,
mayor,
I'm
how's
glad
it
it's him.
going?
Mayor.
Face was good.
Mr. Mayor, I want to get your take on All-Star games, not just necessarily the one last night, but in general.
No doubt. Listen, I don't know if this is gonna be like one of my last times talking to y'all since y'all planning on going to Mars and the moon.
Right? I'm staying here. That's Chris.
I am staying here.
I'm taking the ride, Mr. Mayor.
All I'm gonna say to you is enjoy the atmosphere.
Exactly. I agree. I'm fine here.
Enjoy the atmosphere.
Yeah.
Listen,
I didn't leave anything on Mars.
listen, I'm in the building. What's going on? How y'all doing? I hope y'all enjoyed your weekend and all that. Now Trending is in the house. We got the mayor in the building. Listen, man, All Stars, as a whole, I used to enjoy it, Chris, and I'm gonna tell you why, my G. I'm an old school head, you know what I mean? Got my OG hat on and all that good stuff. I boycotted the NBA All Star weekend this past weekend.
Yep.
And I'm gonna get to that in a minute. But to answer your question about previous All Stars and things of that nature, I get the kick out of the NHL All Star game. I think it's really the best put together out of all the All Star games. I used to think that about baseball, right? I'm a baseball head, but I enjoy the All Star game. I go back to like '79 when Parker threw Brian Downing out at the plate at the Kingdom and all that.
That was
That's
nice.
me.
That was nice. That was a
You know
good
what I'm
play.
saying?
That was a good play.
Right. And the talent competitions are fun too.
One in that game, if you remember or whatever. But yeah, man, the Pro Bowl is like really. Do we really care about the Pro Bowl?
No.
No.
Do we really care about that? They don't care about it. They had a good thing popping when it was in Hawaii.
Yeah, but it was different when they held it the week after the Super Bowl because nobody was really interested. And now it's the week before the Super Bowl, and really nobody's interested. And now it's moved from Hawaii. Now it's in state somewhere.
I think some of them might now, Chris. You know why? Because they just snatched away their trip to Hawaii.
Right.
You know, but again, I think the hockey All-Star Game is the most entertaining one. They switched up the format. They actually put some thought into it, and I think the way that they do it now, Chris, with the 3-on-3 thing, and then you have the divisional teams instead of an East-West format.
Yeah.
I think that's dope.
They do a draft. They do a draft basically with team captains.
Yeah, it makes for an exciting situation in the All-Star. Yeah, go ahead, my dude.
Yeah, I mean, I like the talent competition, like the fastest shot. Like it was Zdeno Chara one year, and I forget who it was last year. I think it was Suter. PK Subban had like this monster shot one year, and you know they're just showing that they got the futures game where they got all the rookies and all the up and comings and things like that. The veterans game, the one with the old timers. I mean, it's great. It's fun seeing Gretzky and all those guys.
They know how to do it to keep the interest of the fan. They don't take it away from the fan, man. I think that when you can have Wayne Gretzky come and coach a team, you know what I mean? Because a coach had to leave or whatever, and that makes it the connection. You know what I mean? You have these other guys, these other sports, they don't want to be bothered.
Yeah.
They don't want to connect to the young guys. So I thought that was cool. But I think that, again, at the end of the day, the baseball, I used to be, couldn't wait to punch my all-star ballot, man. You know what I mean? And, again, it turned into a little popularity contest, but it is what it is. It always turns out to be a good game. But basketball, it just kind of it just lost its shine for me, man. It's not like what it used to be, man. And I'm not saying that because you don't have the Kobe's and the Shaqs and all those guys. These guys right here are not all-star worthy to me. Can you name 5 all-stars from the West?
I cannot.
Can you name 3 all-stars from the East?
No, because
and that's my point, man. You know what I'm saying? You used to be like, okay, this guy here, he deserves it. You have, bona fide, qualified arguments about who's worthy of an all-star selection, Chris. And it just gets away from the way everything is going on today, man. And my reason for boycotting this past all-star weekend is threefold. Number one, is how they did Russell Westbrook.
Yep.
How you gonna have a dude that averages a triple-double, not starting the All-Star game, and all you talk about is promoting your stars, promoting your guys, promoting these guys. Russell Westbrook is not one of your guys.
I think he's one of the main guys. I really do.
You know what I mean? Number 2 is they had to switch it to an alternative site because the All-Star game was supposed to be in Charlotte.
That's right. The bathroom rule.
If you fluctuating like that and you did it for a good cause, I'm not mad at the NBA for doing that. I'm not mad at it. And number 3, it's just like for me, Chris, and my man, it was good, Mike, through the building. Like they twist your arm to make you accept these cats as all-stars.
Yeah, I thought it was I thought it was silly, and the game itself was so boring. There's no defense, there's no fouls, there's nothing. 189 to 179. I mean, that's off the chain. After they pass 100, I'm so bored with it.
And to me, it's like you want Anthony Davis. You want to make sure that he represents his hometown, and he's the host of the weekend. Knock it off.
Oh, that was terrible.
Again, Chris, guys like yourself and myself and Drew probably have to take it for what it's worth. It's an exhibition. They putting on a show for the fans. I get it. I understand that. I get it. But at the end of the day, aren't you still trying to represent your conference or whatever? It's the East against the West. It's not the East with the West. It's the East against the West.
Right.
Okay? And I think that was the idea that maybe Bud Selig had when he was like, okay, in his infinite wisdom, he said, you know what? This is what we're going to do to the All-Star game. We're going to make it worth something. Whatever league wins the All-Star game has home field advantage in the World Series. To me, I mean, did it work out? Kind of, sort of did. You know what I mean? But
I don't think so. I don't think that works at all. In fact, that might be a disadvantage because, I think it should just alternate every year. Like the NFL, one year, the NFC's the home team. The next year, the AFC's the home team. It's already decided. Maybe it should be who's seeded the best or who has the most wins. Things like that could determine it. But a game that doesn't have any ramifications on the regular season itself shouldn't determine the best of 7 series to win the championship. Sorry, that's just how I see it. And I love baseball.
I'm with you on that. But at the end of the day, I think that to have somebody like, for example, if you have a person that's in the All-Star game from, let's say, the Tampa Bay Rays, right? and they're coming in to save the game. You're up by a run or whatever. You're calling on their closer to come save the game for you or whatever.
Right.
They're not going to make the playoffs at all. But you're depending on this dude, you know what I mean, to lock down this win for you so your league can have home field advantage. At the end of the day, Chris, is not really a big thing because, again, it's an exhibition game.
Right.
But to me, it just adds a little juice to it. You're playing for something. Tampa Bay knows that they're not going to the playoffs, but to have made a contribution, you understand what I'm saying?
Yep.
That kind of like puts some kind of a little bit more juice into it for me. But I get it. Where you coming from and all that. It's just an exhibition at the end of the day. But I had to leave the NBA All-Star game alone, Chris. I just couldn't mess with it this weekend, man. And from when I was hearing people talking or whatever, I really didn't miss nothing.
No, it was really boring. The talent competitions weren't really. The slam dunk contest was boring. The celebrity game was kind of boring. It just really didn't have any history of the sport itself. They didn't do. I don't think they did anything but Black History Month. Like they could have. They could have showcased Bill Russell or Wilt Chamberlain or real playmakers back in the day that made the NBA what it was and built it to what it is today. And really, they just, like you said, they just said, here are our stars or who we consider to be the stars. And I disagree with that completely. And I think I disagree with like having an all-star game in the middle of a season. Have it at the end. Because what if somebody gets hurt, a freak injury or something stupid that could throw off the whole career or throw off the team? Yeah,
that's true. You're right. I mean, that's everything you have to take into consideration. And then at the end of the day, you're gonna look at, but why even play it at all?
Yeah.
Because again, if it means anything, then play it. If it's just an exhibition game, you're right. Play it at the beginning of the season, at the end of the season, or whatever. But I just think that, man, it's going away from what we've been used to watching and what we've been kind of like programmed to. They're trying to add, changes to speed up the game to make it more exciting for the casual fan. I say screw the casual fan.
No, and it's become corporate too because Verizon's sponsoring the Slam Dunk Challenge, or there's whatever it's called. And before that, it didn't have anything like that. But now it's all corporate.
Right, and everything is sponsored by something. We got the lineup. We got to present the lineups are being presented by Michelin or some nonsense like that. You know what I mean? It just.
Yep.
Yeah.
So,
but anyway, man, everything is everything on this end, man. I just really didn't, gauge too much interest in the NBA All-Star Weekend. I'm ready for the second half of the season, and you already know how I feel about it, man. To me, it's just an 82-game exhibition season anyway. The playoffs are the real NBA season for me. That's how I feel about it right now. I feel like the Sacramento Kings, they gave up DeMarcus Cousins. That was the only dude that I would have accepted coming to the Knicks. They gave up DeMarcus Cousins for Buddy Hield and a bunch of other guys. So now he's reunited with his man Anthony Davis down there in New Orleans. They used to play with Kentucky together. You know what I'm saying? So we'll see what happens if New Orleans is going to be a viable team in the West now. All of a sudden, they got Boogie Cousins. I don't know. You know what I mean? I just feel like that was a trade to just get Boogie out of Sacramento, man. Because I think that was, that was about to implode. That whole situation was going to hell in a handbasket.
Yeah, he's difficult to play with, according to teammates who have been traded away from him. They're happy to leave. He's very tough to play with on the court, apparently. So.
I mean, I would have accepted him on the Knicks, man. I would have took Boogie Cousins on the
He'd
Knicks.
probably fit in, man. He probably would.
The same way I gave, I took Sprewell to the Knicks, and you saw what he did when he became a part of something that was, he came with some people that wasn't really going to have that nonsense. You know what I mean? But again, if Boogie's hard to play with, then, he's hard to play with. If I like his game, I would accept him on the Knicks. That's the only dude, if you were to make a trade with Carmelo Anthony, that I would accept it to come to the Knicks is DeMarcus Cousins, regardless of what they think. He reminds me of me, man. He's passionate about what he's doing. He wants to win. You know what I mean? They kind of rubs off on some people the wrong way, but so be it.
Yep, and really... Yep. And really quickly, give me your take on tomorrow night's NHL action from the Garden, Montreal at the New York Rangers.
Okay, now Rangers, man, they don't know really what they want to do or what kind of season that they want to have. And the Montreal Canadiens coming into the game at the Garden, man, expect to see some fireworks and a couple of teams that are trying to, fight for position. And right now, man, the Rangers are in the building doing what they do. Shout out to the King. The most recent games with the Rangers, man, we had a nice win yesterday against Washington. So hopefully going into this game that's coming up tomorrow night at the Garden, man, the Rangers might get some momentum coming off of that one, man. We took a loss to the Islanders last week, man. That was tough, man.
That was a heartbreaker.
and playing against the Islanders and doing their thing. But the Rangers, man, doing what they have to do. Montreal's coming in, man, kind of low. You know what I mean? They 1-4 in their last 5 games. But again, man, they're coming in with a squad, man. You always got to respect Montreal for what they do. But I was kind of mad at them when they got rid of PK Subban, man, because I like him.
Yep.
I like PK Subban, man.
Oh, he's great.
Great thing. We need those points, man. That's all I can say.
I was looking at the
for the Rangers and the Canadians.
I was looking at the Rangers record. I can't believe it's 38-19-1.
Yep.
That's pretty dominant right there. I got to tell you, man. They're getting all their points from wins.
It's trending backwards too, fam.
Yep. Amazing.
Because we were in second place behind Washington, and we were like 2 or 3 points behind them. This was a couple of weeks ago. So, we've been trending kind of slumping a little bit lately there, man. Shout out to, King Henry getting his 400 win, but that don't really mean nothing, man. We got to do what we got to do, man. We're 2 points behind Columbus. Remember when they was running away with things, had a 16-game winning streak, but now they kind of like came back to the pack a little bit. And now this is the part of the season where the truth is going to come to light, Chris.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
What they doing, got a nice little situation going on with them. Montreal doing what they doing, holding down the Atlantic Division, man. So again, this is a big game for the Rangers against Montreal, man.
That's right. Mayor, always good to talk to you, sir. We look forward to talking to you next Monday.
Oh yeah, no doubt, man. Check. Man, I'm in the building now, trending every Monday, 5 p.m. I'm in the building doing what I do. Tuesdays after further review 2.0, a.k.a. the sideline pass. You already know, 954-246-0398. We're going to definitely get it in on the Boogie Cousins trade and all that good stuff. And on Fridays, man, it's the Shutdown Corner doing what I do, man. Kane and Ice, they hold me down. Check them out at kaneandIce.com. Yo, shout out to the whole Now Trending fam. Joy, I see you. Drew, what's good? Miss, you know what it is. I can't remember my name again.
Shavonne.
I'm out, man. Miss Shavonne, I'm out.
He's got it. It's you that I smell your chips. Okay.
Sorry.
I'm like, there's food.
Thank you, Mayor.
That was Mayor. Yes, thank you, Mayor. Chris, what else do you have for us in sports?
Local sports, Florida Panthers are on the best road trip they've had all season. They're on the West Coast right now. They're making their way back. They're playing St. Louis tonight. But they went and swept all the California teams that they played just recently.
4-0, baby.
And that's very impressive, given their streaky kind of run that they've had this year. But this is the best they've looked all season. They got a lot of their injured players back. They play, like I said, tonight against St. Louis. St. Louis has been struggling a bit as of late. They have some injuries to deal with. But the Panthers look very impressive as far as, our local hockey team down here. Meanwhile, switching gears to the NBA and the Miami Heat. Same thing. They were hot for a while. Now it seems like they're cooling off a bit. They didn't have one player in the All-Star game, which I feel like All-Star games should have one player sent from every team. And with their recent success, however, they're still under 500. They should have had somebody go there, even a coach. Send a coach. They didn't have anybody representing South Florida in the All-Star game. So that being said, the Marlins are at spring training. Here we go again with baseball. It's slowly coming to life. Little by little, pitchers and catchers are at spring training. And now the other players are starting to show up. And here we go again, as I said, Drew?
It's the most wonderful time of year.
Yeah, well, they still have hanging over their head the fact that might be sold. But it shouldn't really bother them, to be honest with you, because the owner will be here, they'll still be playing, and for the players, whoever's good stays and whoever's not goes. That's just the way sports is.
I mean, this shows a picture of Gordon. He's still reeling from Fernandez being killed.
I think it still hurts him. Yeah, I think
it does. But you know what? I think
they can use that. They can, if you're
going to have to.
Yeah, if your coach, if your manager can rally that behind that,
I think that honestly, I think they should put it behind them, and move on as an organization, as baseball players. Because seriously, nobody wants to see D. Gordon like this, like lamenting on one event, because it wasn't a freak accident. They had been drinking, and there was allegedly cocaine in the system.
Well, I think
this is nothing to be proud of.
No, but I think some of the players were supposed to be with them on that boat.
Yes, and I think the pregnant girlfriend opted to stay on land.
I think that I just think they were close to him, and he was their best their best player pretty much for the season last year. So, and when your hopes go down, it's like losing your quarterback.
True.
It's like using your quarterback in a preseason game, a la Trent Green, and you feel you're going to make it, and all of a sudden he goes down.
Right.
You're heartbroken. Now, I do agree with you. I think they have to get over it. Now, how they get over it is a different story. I do think they can't forget it. I think they should use it to their advantage and boost themselves.
You never will forget it.
Right.
But,
I don't think he should be.
At that. I would look at the career and the energy that he brought to every game, even when he wasn't playing. He sat on the bench, the sunflower seeds, the catch, he had the ball in his hand. He was sweating and he wasn't even playing in the game. He brought more life than anybody else on that bench. And they should use that as something to motivate. But to look at him like with the rest in peace shirt and everything, you're really just looking at the darkest day in Marlins history as far as I'm concerned.
And at times they're up because over my part 2 job, they've interviewed a couple of players, and we heard the interviews, and they for the most part are up and positive.
They have to be.
Even Gordon,
because that's what Mattingly's going to have them do.
Yeah. And Mattingly can do it. If anyone can do it, it could be him. Him or Joe Torre, one of the two.
Oh, absolutely.
One of the two.
And they were associated with what team now? The Yankees, right?
No, I think Mattingly with the Dodgers, wasn't he?
I guarantee you, Fernandez would have been a Yankee at some point in his career.
I'm quite sure.
Guaranteed.
I'm quite sure. Or at least
those are my papers for the Black History segment.
Awesome.
Okay, so you're gonna give that to us in just a minute. So you're good with sports on that note.
You can keep going if you like.
Chris Metal. We're gonna go ahead and give a special shout out first. Over the weekend, a couple of wrestlers died. However, George the Animal Steel, one of my favorites, unfortunately passed away over the weekend. So George Steele, a gruff, green-tongued fighter who, as the Animal, was one of wrestling's wildest and most hated villains, has passed away. He was 79 years old. WWE announced his death without specifying the cause, time, or location. Eric Sims, a wrestling agent, said in a social media post Thursday that he had spoken to Mr. Steele's wife, who said Mr. Steele had been in hospice. Mr. Steele, whose real name was William James Myers, was born in Madison Heights, Michigan on April 16, 1937, according to WWE Legends, a book by Brian Solomon. He gained fame in the 1970s and 80s as the Animal, a hairy, grunting brute of few words, but he had little in common with that persona outside of the ring. George Steele was only an animal in the ring, Vince McMahon, the WWE chairman, said in a Twitter message. He was one of the truly nice men in the world. Mr. Steele, who had dyslexia, earned a master's degree from Central Michigan University and went on to teach high school in the Detroit area, where he moonlighted in sports entertainment promotions, according to the WWE, formerly known as the WWF. He was inducted into the organization's Hall of Fame in 1995. So, rest in peace. He was one of my favorites. It was heartbreaking. I actually had the pleasure of eating dinner with him one night. My mom and I had finished going to wrestling. And then we went to where the wrestlers hung out and everything. And my mom and I were eating dinner there. And he actually asked us, if we'd like to go sit and have dinner with him. And we did. And he was just one of my favorites in the ring.
How old were you? Do you remember?
I was about 13 years old.
Really? Awesome. How'd that conversation go? I mean,
what are they going to talk about?
Yeah,
because you know why? You know what it was? No, it was we were at the Miami Marriott airport. So they have a nice restaurant in there, and then they have a club. So all the wrestlers were in the club, but just him and the referee were in this nice restaurant. And then my mom and I were the only people just sitting there chilling.
Wait, Dave Hebner?
Yeah, Dave Hebner. Yes.
I was going to say him or his brother.
Yes,
he's the only one.
Yeah,
he had a twin, Earl.
Yeah. So we actually sat and he invited us because we were the only people in the restaurant, and we weren't hounding him for autographs or anything like that. We just acted like we didn't know them. I didn't want to say we didn't act like we didn't know them, but he was like, "Oh, you want to come and sit with us?" And it was just
It was also Tim White, who was an awesome referee back in the day.
We're here in Florida indie wrestling. We've got Bruce Owens, don't we, Lou? Bruce. Yes.
Dave
Springsteen walking by or something.
I know, right? Dave Hebner, though. Come on, that's the rough right there, man.
So anyhow, this past weekend, before we go ahead and take a break, this past weekend, Lou and I survived Valentine Vengeance. High five, Lou. Can we get shirts made? I want shirts made that says I survived Valentine Vengeance, just for you and I. So we've got some results from Valentine Vengeance, which happened at the Platinum Pro Arena in Fort Lauderdale this past Friday night. We had Michael Patrick defeat Alex Perry. Let's get on to, because we don't have that much time. So we had Tokyo Monster Kahagas, he defeated CJ O'Doyle. Dynamite Didi defeated Trisha Dora. Reagan Fire defeated Dynamite Didi. Again, Dynamite Didi. She wrestled 2 times. That was for like a division champion type match. Max Stardom also defeated Leo Rush. Can you believe that? Leo Rush. Of all people, Max Stardom took out Leo Rush. And the big main event was Martin Stone, who defeated Romeo Cavado and retained his PPW Platinum Weight Championship. Was that not the bomb?
She said PP.
Hey, Platinum Pro Wrestling. So Platinum Pro Wrestling will return to the Platinum Pro Arena Saturday, April 8th, 2017 for Luchamania. So we've got another one coming up, Lou. How excited are you? And actually, we want everyone to listen to our show because we're going to give away tickets. We're going to do a giveaway within the next couple of weeks. So we're going to give away 2 VIP tickets for Luchamania. So we're going to go ahead and take a quick break. When we come back, we've got what's grinding your gears. I know there's lots of things grinding Chris's gears.
Oh, my God.
We have entertainment news. We have a lot more coming up. So make sure you stay tuned right here to Now Trending on 24/7 Miami Radio.
From something that keeps knocking at my brain. Before I go insane, I hold my pillow to my head and spring up in my bed, screaming out the words I dread. I think I love you. This morning, I woke up with this feeling I didn't know how to deal with. And so
Hiya, this is Harley Quinn, and you're on 24/7 Miami. Wee! Wahoo! Whoopee! Yay! Yay! Yay!
You're listening to 24/7 Miami Radio.
Hey, it's the guys from the couch, and we're coming to you now live on Tuesday nights at 7 o'clock with your favorite segments like Simple Jack and W. Dubai Knows It All. Catch us every Tuesday night at 7 p.m. live on 247miami.tv.
We talk about sports and other things. Like what? W eating chips. I can't put these chips down. 247miami.tv.
The couch.
Hello, everyone. This is Drew from Now Trending. And usually I'm driving the bus in the show, keeping it from riding off on the rails. Every Monday from
4 to 6
on 247miami.tv.
Hey, what's up, guys? It's Roy from The Roy O Show. Just letting you know, guess what? The Roy O Show, it's back, baby. Every Wednesday from 7 to 9 p.m. It's going to be Prosper, O, and yours truly covering everything. Sports, TV, entertainment, comics, Walking Dead, you name it, we're talking about it. Join us this Wednesday from 7 to 9 p.m. only on 247miami.tv.
Hey, this is Joy.
Shavonne.
Mike,
And this is Drew.
what's the show called again? What's cooking?
Are you kidding me? Always something
Paying
to
attention the
do.
first 12 times?
Sorry.
It's Now Trending. Make sure you catch a new episode every Monday from 4 to 6 on 247miami.tv.
Hey, it's Mike from Now Trending. Listen to why I hate the world and all that's in it. Oh yeah, and I also do sports, and I have an Ask Mike segment every Monday from
4 to 6.
on 247miami.tv.
Oh, what a day! What a lovely day!
Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Wednesday, Friday, Sunday, Saturday.
Join me, Shavonne, every Sunday for the latest episode of Day by Day. From Alzheimer's Awareness Month to International Bacon Day, find out what's happening this week and how these observances got started.
Each day.
Because each day counts.
Day by day. By day.
You're listening to 24/7 Miami Radio.
Hey, it's the guys from the couch, and we're coming to you now live on Tuesday nights at 7 o'clock with your favorite segments like Simple Jack and W. Dubai Knows It All. Catch us every Tuesday night at 7 p.m. live on 247miami.tv.
We talk about sports and other things. Like what? W eating chips. I can't put these chips down. 247miami.tv.
The couch.
Hello, everyone. This is Drew from Now Trending. And usually I'm driving the bus in the show, keeping it from riding off on the rails. Every Monday from
4 to 6
on 247miami.tv.
Oh, boys!
Hey, what's up, guys? It's Roy from The Roy O Show. Just letting you know, guess what? The Roy O Show, it's back, baby. Every Wednesday from 7 to 9 p.m. It's going to be Prosper, O, and yours truly covering everything. Sports, TV, entertainment, comics, Walking Dead, you name it, we're talking about it. Join us this Wednesday from 7 to 9 p.m. only on 247miami.tv.
Hey, this is Joy.
Shavonne.
Mike.
And this is true.
What's the show called again? What's cooking?
Are you
Mike,
kidding
where
me?
is it?
Always
Oh my
something with
God.
The
you.
first 12 times?
Sorry.
It's now trending. Make sure you catch a new episode every Monday from 4 to 6 on 247miami.tv.
Hey, it's Mike from Now Trending. Listen to why I hate the world and all that's in it. Oh yeah, and I also do sports, and I have an Ask Mike segment every Monday from
4 to 6.
on 247miami.tv.
Oh, what a day! What a lovely day!
Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Wednesday, Friday, Sunday, Saturday.
Join me, Shavonne, every Sunday for the latest episode of Day by Day. From Alzheimer's Awareness Month to International Bacon Day, find out what's happening this week and how these observances got started.
Each day.
Because each day counts.
Day by day. By day.
Hiya, this is Harley Quinn, and you're on 24/7 Miami. Wee! Wahoo! Whoopee! Yay! Yay! Yay!
Number 3.
I was born into battle. I fought for greed and gods. This is the first war I've seen. Worth fighting for.
The Great Wall with 21.6 million. Number 2.
I want you back. Have dinner with me.
Okay, fine. I will have dinner with you because I'm hungry.
50 Shades Darker with 23.2 million and 91.9 million overall. And number 1.
I am so sorry. As soon as I get back to the Batcave, I will make sure that Alfred puts seatbelts on there. But for the time being, I'm just going to put my arm right here.
Mom and Dad, my black boyfriend will be coming up this weekend. I just don't want you to be shocked that he's a black man.
Get Out. A young African-American man visits his white girlfriend's family estate where he learns that many of its other black residents have gone missing. As he soon learns the horrible truth, he is warned to get out. Starring Allison Williams, Daniel Kaluuya, and Bradley Whitford.
We all got our reasons to do crazy, reckless things in life. But if the reason's love, then maybe it's not so crazy. Right now, it's the only thing keeping me alive.
Collide. An American backpacker gets involved with a ring of drug smugglers as their driver, though he winds up on the run from his employers across Cologne high-speed Autobahn. Starring Nicholas Hoult, Felicity Jones, and Anthony Hopkins.
Mr. Scattergood said to never stop, and nothing will ever make me... Oh, boy.
Rock Dog. When a radio falls from the sky into the hands of a wide-eyed Tibetan Mastiff, he leaves home to fulfill his dream of becoming a musician, setting into motion a series of completely unexpected events. Voiced by Luke Wilson, Eddie Izzard, and Lewis Black.
And we're back here on Now Trending on 24/7 Miami Radio. You can find us at 247miami.tv. You can find us on YouTube. You can find us on Facebook at Facebook.com/Now Trending 247. You can also find us on Twitter at Now Trending 24/7. So we've got more to talk about. This is our fun segment. This is where we just shoot the crap. And I had a thought when we were coming back. Now, in that entertainment segment we just listened to, did you say Tibetan Mastiff?
Yes.
As in a dog?
Yes.
Huge dog. They're huge.
But I never knew they were just called Tibetan Mastiffs.
Huge.
I'm reading copy from that the studio wrote for their synopsis of their movie.
Right. I mean, I've heard of a Mastiff, Bull Mastiff. I've just never heard of a Tibetan Mastiff.
I kind of questioned that too. But
Well, maybe it's just a Mastiff from Tibet.
That's what I'm saying. Right. But that's what
it is a cartoon.
I
now.
know. See? Right. So that's where it
So
comes
anything
in.
can happen.
So my brain was right because, as I said, everything in my brain gets formed into these little cartoon things sometimes. And I just thought of this dog, from Tibetan.
Well,
is there an Italian Mastiff?
So you have an idea, a picture in your head. Now go look up what it actually looks like.
I am, but I just see a bunch of foreign dogs.
No, I mean the actual.
I'm saying in my head.
Go Google the cartoon. Look up what the cartoon looks like.
I'm going to. Because in my head, I just see a bunch of foreign dogs sitting around a cafe in Paris smoking cigars.
You're way off.
God help me.
Playing poker. And there's a Tibetan Mastiff in the group,
Wearing the Dalai Lama orange,
Yes. Why not?
Yeah, join this video.
Why not think outside of the box? Yeah. Speaking of animals, now on to odd news. The National Zoo is packing up its American-born panda cub Bao Bao for a one-way flight to China, where the 3-year-old will eventually join a panda breeding program. The cub won't have to worry about finding overhead bin space or dealing with a talkative seatmate on the 16-hour nonstop flight Tuesday afternoon into Wednesday. She'll be the only panda on the plane, traveling with a keeper and a veterinarian.
No snakes?
No snakes. Her accommodations are first class also. A special metal crate the size of a double bed she can stretch out in, she'll be accompanied with, and a sticker on its outside announces its contents, one panda. In preparation for the trip, keepers have a packing list of Bao Bao's favorite foods, including 55 pounds of bamboo, 5 pounds of apples, and 2 pounds of sweet potatoes. Most of the flight we hope she's going to eat, said panda keeper Marty Adiri, who will travel with Bao Bao to China and says pandas spend 13 to 16 hours a day eating.
So most of the time they don't want her to eat.
On the whole plane there.
Not eat.
I mean, on the whole flight there.
Okay.
Yes, eat. I want the life of a panda. Why couldn't I be born as a panda?
Maybe in your next life.
It sounded pretty interesting. Now, did you know that most of the pandas born here in the U.S. only typically live here about 3 to 4 years before they are transported over to China?
I think it's something that's our agreement with the program. I think they have with them, like that.
Right.
So do they advertise them as made in the USA?
Oh.
They probably can't read that over there.
See, Trump's already making things happen. Sending exports to China. Sorry, odd news.
Well, he's
better than fake news.
He's making things happen so much that the American flag has 51 stars for Pence's visit to the European Union. The Star-Spangled Banner looked more starry than usual during one of U.S. Vice President Mike Pence's appearances in Brussels. A background picture of the American flag that went up alongside the European Union flag as Pence and the European Union leader, Donald Tusk, spoke on Monday, had 51 stars instead of the usual 50, one for each state. The Brussels version of the flag had 3 rows of 9 stars and 3 rows with 8 stars each. American flags typically feature a total of 9 alternating rows of 5 or 6 stars. And meanwhile, they're not trusting us.
I wonder, does that extra star represent Puerto Rico, maybe? Or the Virgin Islands? I don't know.
Hey, it could be
I
foreshadowing.
mean, I think that's kind of
You know what? It could already be a real state. We just don't know about it yet.
It's the welfare state.
Ah.
We go again. Odd news, fake news.
What is Lou doing over there?
Bum, bum, bum.
I have an odd news story.
Did you get it? What is your odd news story?
There's a city in Iowa that has a 1,000-acre plan to bring back the bees.
Oh.
And because
bees
are going extinct.
They are, and we need them to survive.
And what do we need them for? Most importantly, besides honey, we need them for coffee.
Oh, yes. I need
Without bees, we lose the coffee bean.
Sin of the world.
So say it ain't so.
think
There's one city in Iowa is looking to bring back I can't even think of anything clever to say, like bring back the bees and gigantic like population of them. This ain't 1,000 acre pollinator initiative led by Cedar Rapids Park Superintendent Daniel Gibbons. He said it will plant seeds for 39 species of wildflowers and 7 species of prairie grass on 188 acres of land this spring.
I know that we really need it. Haven't you all like ever wasted a little bit of your time watching one of those Extinction of Bees videos?
I remember that movie, The Swarm, from like 1978 was pretty awesome.
Yeah, no, but there has been like a lot of documentaries out over the past year or two in regards to how we really need bees.
And they're saying that part of the problem is that the natural habitats of bees and monarch butterflies have been quickly disappearing, replaced by parking lots, lawns, and other signs of human development.
Yeah.
So it's the humans leaving their footprint on
everything,
the destiny and the fate of the bee.
Well, it's estimated that 1/3 of the food we consume each day relies on pollination by bees.
Absolutely.
That's why they're important.
Wow. One more story.
I imagine the lines at Dunkin' Donuts would be drastically reduced, and Starbucks if there was no more coffee.
But the prices would go up.
Most definitely.
Now they'll just import from another country.
Not if there's no bees.
Well,
Well, they're not here. They're down there. They're not here.
Yeah. Yes, Joy. What do you?
I
have
was
for us?
just going to say something awful, but I'll hold that. Over in Connecticut, cops warn of cows trying to sell dairy products after escape.
Yeah.
Police in a Connecticut town are reminding people to not open their doors to any unfamiliar cattle after a pair of cows escaped from their pen and were found near the front door of a home of a couple houses away. So Sergeant Jeffrey Miner tells WGGB a driver reported seeing the cows walking on the side of the road in yards in Suffield on Sunday morning. Officers managed to take a photo of the cows before herding them back into their pen. Police posted the photo on Facebook saying 2 suspicious males were going door to door trying to sell dairy products. They were apprehended after a short foot pursuit.
So did they have like signs saying "eat more chicken" on them, or?
Look at the cow.
That is hysterical.
So police say the cows were able to escape due to a faulty electrical wire fence.
So they opened the fence, walked out, knocked on someone's door to get, "Hey, can I have some milk?" And
Sell their milk. That's how the cops posted it. I thought that was a cute idea though for the cops to make a Facebook post like that and say they're trying to sell their dairy. I thought that was very cute. Okay. So many Americans today are looking for jobs. It's not easy as it was, I'd say 20 years ago. When it came to looking jobs back in the day, you just looked in the newspaper, the classified, you'd call, you'd go in, fill out an application, do an interview. Now today you have to have a cover letter, you have to have a resume. Even though you email the resume, you still need to bring a copy with you once you go to the job. That's something else. Is that not kind of funny? Do you guys many times I'm in a run if I'm going to like a job interview, and if I'm on the run, I try to keep a packet in my car of them. But if I don't have them, I feel really guilty and bad because I know once I get in there, the person's going to ask me for a copy of the resume, even though I emailed them a copy of the resume.
Yeah, sometimes they don't bring it, so they ask you to bring one.
I agree.
Yep.
But can't I get a break once in a blue moon?
Nope.
I mean, it's the burden of proof is on me.
Yep.
Therefore, always carry resumes when you are looking for jobs. Cover letters are important. That used to be my pet peeve. I hated cover letters. Hate.
Yeah, I didn't like them either.
I just, you know why? Because we used to think that there was just like a typical format to write a cover letter. However, you know what? It's just basically explaining yourself and begging and pleading for the job.
when I was
why you're valuable.
When I was in the position of hiring people, I didn't like cover letters either.
I just think it's
I'd rather talk to you.
Wouldn't you rather speak with me?
Yeah.
Yep.
Wouldn't you rather speak with me? I think, and like I said, I come from a day and age where we didn't do cover letters back in the time. So it was a hard transition for me. Now I can write up a cover letter like nobody's business.
Mm-hmm.
I actually enjoy it because again, I make a little fun of it, but I just want to discuss interviews. I have been on some of the craziest interviews. Even just over the weekend, I went on an interview, and first of all, I'm filling out the questionnaire. It was more of a medical questionnaire. It was more of a medical, yes. And I'm filling out, and I'm like, this is a media position. What's with all these health questions? Then it had these trick psychological questions. So it would say, so let's say you have 10 points. Now it's going to give you 3 things, like 3 behaviors, adult behaviors. Now divide those 10 points in between those 3 behaviors. So you could do 10, 0, 0, so it equals 10, or you could do 7, 3, 0, that equals 10. Just any pattern, but you're scoring yourself on that behavior. Right?
Yeah, they're testing your honesty.
No, not only testing your honesty. This guy told me he just wants to test that you're following directions. Because on one thing, on one paper, then he gives me this other test. It's another paper.
Did he give you a time limit?
No, I didn't have a time limit.
Okay.
Then I get this other paper, right? I'm like, are you kidding me for this job? Like, it was hilarious. So then I get this like test, and then there's an answer sheet to go with the test. But then there's questions. Do you smoke marijuana? Do you believe marijuana should be legalized? Do you believe people who get caught with marijuana should be convicted? It just went on to, do you believe people who have stole before, should never be trusted again? And I'm reading this questionnaire, I'm laughing. However, the joke is on me because at the top of the paper, it says, put an X on the correct answer. But the way the paper is set up, you want to circle the answer.
So you failed.
So you can't follow directions.
I can't.
What a surprise.
He said everybody did it. However, he said nobody gets the point system, and I got the point system on the application.
I'm glad you applied for this job because it does not sound like the job for me.
It was, and you have to drink wheatgrass every day. He gets wheatgrass delivered from down south every day. He gets wheatgrass. So when you're walking up, again, it's a media rental company. When you're walking up, there's a whole, it looks like a nursery because they juice, and it's everything.
Wait. Was question 4? You said, "Do you believe in smoking marijuana?" Is that correct?
Oh yeah, but no, yeah.
Do you smoke marijuana?
Yeah, it said, do you? It said, should marijuana be illegal? No, that question, or it said, should marijuana be legalized? That was number 17, and I just wanted to leave it blank. I don't think that asking me that
like a really personal question.
Exactly.
No, but that's how I felt. Like, I have many reasons. How do you just say, should it be,
yes
whether if I smoke it or not, even if I don't smoke it, there's people that I think that are in need of it. And I was like, okay, now if I leave it blank, am I going to get like more looked upon? Oh, because I left that blank. Again, like I said, it was number 17. But again, it was the funniest one. However, the best interview I ever had, I walked into the office. The person closed the door. The boss of the company closed the door right behind us. And he said, oh, you're already hired. I just need to talk to you to make time go by, like to make it look like I'm interviewing you.
Oh, nice.
I was just like, why can't every interview be like that? So go ahead. Who's got a funny job interview story?
Nothing that good.
Yours is the best one.
Oh, she must. I had another one. Okay, well, we're gonna get Angie back here because Angie said that she's got a funny interview story.
Well, I have a story, but
or just awkward. It doesn't have to be funny.
Yeah,
it could just be awkward
to
where you were like,
yes.
okay, you were just like, you know what? Maybe this isn't the right place for me.
Here's the story. So, long time ago in a faraway galaxy, I applied for. I was working in the mall, and my friend said, "Hey, this cruise line is hiring. Go talk to the cruise line." I said, okay, it's fine. So I go talk to the cruise line. I do the interview. It goes well. They give me this paper to say, okay, go to this spot and take a test. Now I didn't have a car, so like, okay, but I didn't panic. I figured out how to get the bus. I figured out how to get there. So I get there. I go in and I tell her, hey, I'm here for blah, blah, blah. She goes, okay, here's a cup. Fill out the cup and come back, blah, blah, blah. So I take the cup. I go do my due. I come back with a cup. And I leave it to the lady and I fill the paperwork on. I'm trying to laugh and joke with her because I'm nervous, extremely nervous. Not because I was afraid of the test. I'm just
right. Yeah.
So on the way out, I stop by the water fountain. I get some water in a cup and I go through the door. As I go through the door, I have all my stuff in my hands. This guy's coming in to take a test, whatever. So we bump at the door and the water in my cup spills.
It wasn't water in your cup.
It was water in my cup, but he thought it was something else in the cup. So the guy's looking at me like, Go, don't worry, it's just water. It's just water. The guy was freaking out already. Go, don't worry, it's just water.
That's cute.
And that's my peanut cup story.
That is totally awesome. So moving on, we only have a few minutes left. We're going into what's grinding your gears, man. Chris.
Oh,
seems like your gears have been grinded. This is before
grinding my gears.
Before we go into Black History Month, you're going to give us a Black History Month, huh?
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, but what?
Why are you shaking your head? No, but telling me yeah.
There's no time for that. I have like a minute.
That's
I'll have to
okay.
save it for next week.
We've got 6 minutes.
We can go.
That's a lot. 6 minutes in here is like 6 minutes in the NBA or NFL.
When I grind my gears, Lou, we might not have enough time because I think it's going to open up a giant discussion.
Okay, so then therefore I'm going to go first. You know what grinds my gears? I'm going to make you hold it because you're like ready to bounce off and just say
dying
it.
to hear everybody's opinion.
Yeah, I'm sure you are.
I am.
I'm sure you are. You know what grinds my gears? Saturday night I went to Little Caesars and guess how long I had to wait for my pizzas?
Longer than 5 minutes.
20 minutes.
Uh-oh.
Then
Did you go at a busy time?
Crazy bread. No crazy bread. How can Little Caesars run out of crazy bread?
Because you probably went at like a peak time when
No,
everybody was ordering it and they had to go make more. And it probably takes 15 to 20 minutes to make a gigantic batch of crazy bread.
No. Thanks, Joe.
Here's what really grinds my gears: man buns. Sick of them.
He is.
I am so tired of this. These hairstyles are emasculating men as we speak every single day. Long hair is supposed to be for metalheads and musicians, not these stupid buns that these guys tie back and all sideways. Or these lifeguards and these surfers. Give me a break, guys. Cut the man buns. It looks like a trash bag when you tie it up to take it outside. That's what you want on top of your head. Tell me what women dig these man buns. It's ridiculous.
Well, to start with,
one does it, they all do it. It's ridiculous, boys and girls.
Shavonne, how do you feel about the man bun?
Oh, I personally don't really like them. I don't like guys with long hair to begin with. But, you know, that's just me. If a guy likes his hair long and wants to tie it up and a woman likes it, then
yeah, why does that
what's the
bother you so
harm?
much?
It's not hurting anyone.
Why does it bother you?
I think it's hurting.
It's not your man bun.
Dudes should not have a man bun. Sorry. They
According
shouldn't
to
have
Chris
the thing
Metal.
tied up on the back of the head.
According to Chris Metal, we must ban all man buns. Why don't you
Not
call
banned.
Trump?
Not banned. Just cut them off. Cut them off.
Cut them off.
Go ahead. Do you have anything else grinding your gears? You said you had a few.
I figured that would be enough of a catalyst for a discussion of things.
You thought that was
really
going to get us
grinds
that
you.
hot and hated?
I figured you guys have a little more to say about that. You know,
Well,
but that's fine. No, that's fine.
Well, I got rid of my
we
man
know how
bun, so-
Shavonne feels about it. Shavonne doesn't like dudes with long hair anyway. So it's a
Yeah, I don't
issue.
like long dudes with long hair anyway.
You know, I will never wear a man bun. I don't think I'll ever have the hair for it. And
Well, there goes that Christmas. Halloween
Have you checked out these
Show me,
man
Lou.
buns, Chris?
they all look terrible.
Have you seen those man buns?
No, I haven't. They
No,
look
no,
awful.
no.
It's awful.
No.
Awful.
No.
Cut that off.
Nope.
You look
Nope.
stupid.
Nope.
You look silly.
Nope.
It's just an extension of your beard.
Ah, show that one.
Greatest president of all time. Do what he wants with his hair.
That was a good one, Lou. That was a good one. Shavonne,
Perfect,
what's
Lou.
grinding your gears this week?
Oh, I would say it grinds my gears every week when I encounter people who have zero work ethic.
Absolutely. I'm over like people being reliable. It
Wow.
really grinds my gears.
Yeah. Well, so I am working with someone who has zero work ethic and just wants to literally get paid for doing nothing.
I said I was sorry.
And see how much she can get. She
Oh,
can get from our employer for doing nothing. She wants to be reimbursed for this and that, and I don't think they gave me enough money in our reimbursement check, and I did all these different things. So just really tired of her and people like her. Like, you want to get paid, do your work.
That's it. I agree. Drew,
Yeah.
anything grinding your gears this week?
No.
Wow. Must be nice.
He's such a great
I've been
guy.
running so much lately, I couldn't even tell you.
He's such a great guy.
I got one more gear grinder.
Go for us and we're going to end the show.
I'm reading this odd news story where it says a traffic study ranks Los Angeles as the world's most clogged city. And this is what grinds my gears, is these idiots who do the traffic study have never come to Miami. Because then we would be the most clogged city, and not even in the United States, but the world.
Maybe
With
they're
the
stuck
way
in-
people drive down
Maybe
here.
they're stuck in traffic.
That's what really grinds my gears. Yeah, maybe they're in traffic and they haven't figured it out yet. You know?
I agree to that. And tomorrow night on 8:80 a.m., I will have a special report on traffic fatalities in Miami.
Can we call the show?
Can we? Oh,
Yes, we can.
yeah. Oh,
Wait a minute.
You're going to wish you didn't do
You're
that.
going to look at the callers list. You're going to see Drew, Chris Metal, Shavonne. You're going to see. I'm going to get everybody to call.
I'll be working. I won't be calling.
Thank
Sorry.
you. Thank you. However, I'm going to be doing
I want to talk about my dog.
no, again, we're going to be talking about traffic fatalities in
Oh,
Miami-Dade
boy.
County. how they have increased over the years, what's causing these increases, and things that we can do to, maybe cut back on these fatalities. We all have to work together on this. It is us along with the county itself. So again, my special report tomorrow night on 8:80 a.m. at 6 p.m. And that's going to be on Talk Back with Prosper. So again, Chris Metal, where can we find you?
ChrisMetalRadio.com. Chris Metal Radio Show every Saturday night, 7 p.m. powered by Skyhawk Radio.
Awesome. We've got the mayor. And again, we'll be back next week with a lot more to discuss. And with that, have a great week, everybody. Again, you were listening to Now Trending on 24/7 Miami Radio.
Good night now.
Peace and soul.
Let's leave Chicago to the Eskimo. That town's a little bit too rugged for you and me, you bad girl. Rolling down Imperial Highway, the big nasty red at my side. Santa Ana winds blowing hot from the north. We were born to ride. Roll down the window, put down the top, crank up the Beach Boys, baby. Don't let the music stop. We gonna ride it till we just can't ride it no more.
Hi, this is Harley Quinn, and you're on 24/7 Miami.